Wabile was a succession. Mayuso kumwandu. Kumwandu na manose nido. Wako mulu chopi na mazodinga park. Iwichema program kumwandu na manose nido. Succession. Kola bila dara wako.
My name is Dr. Douglas Ogoti. I'm the Chief Magistrate, Bondo Law Courts. Why we are here today is to enlighten the general public on matters that relate to succession. We will also enlighten the general public on how wills are drawn and explain to them the rights of the dependants, the people who are left behind by the deceased, on how the property should devolve to each of the dependents left behind. And this function has been triggered by several matters. Is that in this area where we are, adjudication is now complete in most areas. The applications for adjudication were done by people who are since deceased. People who are deceased many years ago, like let's say grandfathers and great-grandfathers. So when the titles are coming out, the titles are coming out in the names who are since deceased. So there is an influx of succession matters in the courts. Among the cases we have, 1/3 of the cases we have at the law courts concern succession. So we thought it's better to bring this issue to the public to explain to them, at least to the extent that we can, on how they can approach the court for succession. Mostly, we have handled cases of succession, and some of our members of the public or the people left behind do not know their rights. They do not even know the process on how succession is done. So we'll be taking them through from how they can file succession to the time they can get a grant. Again, during these processes, we have realized that there's a lot of fraud. There are people taking advantage of the villagers who do not know their rights, and they rush to court to file grants, and then once they get grants, they dispose of the property left behind by the deceased person, only for them to file cases, and then we realize that the grant that led to the sale of that property was obtained by fraud. So we have to educate the general public on how that process is done and on what to do. And then in court also, when we are handling such cases of succession, we know how to know the red flags. Like if there is a generation of people, only one person comes to ask for letters of administration without the beneficiaries. That is a red flag that we raise, and then we address it by calling the chiefs. We have invited the chiefs. We address it by calling the chiefs to enlighten us who the deceased was, whom he left behind, and who the beneficiaries are. Now, and most worrying is that because of this and because people do not know their rights, it has led to several criminal cases, very serious criminal cases. That is murder between members of the family who feel that they have been subjected to injustice and sometimes they don't know what to do, or even to murder of those persons who bought this land and have gone to develop without knowing what to do. They are attacked and killed. We have done a succession week. It's still proceeding. And to show how serious it is, to conclude, I'll say we did 1 week succession and we were able to handle 125 matters. So that shows how serious these matters are. Succession is not very expensive. It's very manageable. Now, the problem is these people are misled by quacks. They are misled by quacks who pretend to them that they know what succession is all about and lie to them that a lot of money is needed in courts. Our money is gazetted. What we have realized, they go to quacks. Some of them behave like assistant chiefs. They take money as much as 30,000. Please come to the registry our registry. There are people designated to take you through the process of succession. Do not go to quacks. If somebody behaves like an advocate, ask for the registration number and confirm whether that person is an advocate. And another warning is that these people draw for them pleadings that are basically wrong. So we have to send them back to restart again. So I can tell you, it's not expensive. It's only that these people are misled. And don't fear the courts. We are there for you.
My name is Rodgers Ochieng. I work for Support Community in Democracy Alliance, SCODA. Succession is a big issue, and I want to say clearly here that those who are making it very difficult for our community, number one is the community themselves, the family, then the chiefs. They don't give widows the correct information. Then when these people don't have clear information, they go to the lands office and they do some succession there, which is not within the law. It is an illegal succession. And they document the same. So at the end of the day, people will tell you, we've done succession. You ask them, where was it done? It was done at the lands office. When we know too well that succession must be done at the court. Succession must be gazetted. They end up doing gazettement, but it is not registered at the court. So at the end of the day, our community end up suffering. So I want to reiterate what the judge said, that succession must be done at the court. Community must go to the court and ensure that the process is done at the court and the documentation is left at the court, so that at the end of the day we can implement, because my colleague here has said that implementation of succession becomes a challenge. It becomes a challenge because the way it is done is not proper. So I want to urge the community out there to stop doing illegal succession. Go to the court, ask for court registry to guide you on the steps. Us as community workers, we are also out there to help the community, give them the right information, the steps through which you can follow to do succession. Advocates are charging judge over 35,000, 40,000, but at the court it is 3,500, 3,500. It is that cheap. It is not 35,000. It is not 40,000. So our people have lost a lot of resources in the hands of people who are not genuine. So I am urging the community, I am urging the public, I am urging Bondo residents to work very closely with the court, and we will now win this war.
My name is Rodgers Ochieng. I work for SIA Widows Network. I'm also a widow and a victim. I come from Bondo. The issue here with widows is that you can go to court, get your documentation, but now the implementation area, it doesn't come out clearly. I filed for my succession so many years back, but implementation becomes a problem. There's a problem at the lands office. The chief writes the letter to the court, but the land registrar acts on the succession. So that's where we have problems as widows in SIA County.
I'm Mr. Reuben Onchoka, the Sub-County Criminal Investigation Bondo. We work hand in hand with the court to solve such matters. When we receive orders from the court to investigate anything, any fraudulent transfer of land, any fraudulent done on land issues, we do investigation. After doing our investigation, then we give a report to the court. So far, we have some cases reported of fraudulent transfer, and they are in progress, and soon we'll give the report to the court to handle.
My name is Lilian Ocharo. I represent Maendeleo ya Wanawake as a court user in Bondo Law Court, and I've seen many women suffering, especially the people coming from polygamy families, some that are pretending to be more wiser than others or richer than the other side. They take advantage using these quack brokers, called themselves lawyers and advocates, that are doing a lot of shady work in this progress of succession. So we also have problem in land office, whereby there are other brokers also that are being used to manipulate the disadvantaged families or the children left behind that are not capable of doing the succession by their own money. And also, we are also pleading, as my perception, that the government should look in a way of assisting the unfortunate and disadvantaged families that have no money for succession. And every community, every person that needs to do succession should walk direct to court and ask for the prompt procedure in this matter of succession, not meeting any other Tom, Dick and Harry and asking how the succession is being done.
My name is Vincent Kanyang'onda. I'm the sub-county administrator for Bondo. And in Bondo, what we are trying to do is to bring all the agencies of the government together, especially so that people can work harmoniously. On the issue of succession, we are trying to involve everybody, and especially the courts and other ways of alternative dispute resolution, including the chiefs and the systems of the county government, to ensure that the succession of those whose loved one have passed away are done in a way such that everybody gets his fair share. For this, we try as much as possible, if they can be sorted out within the family level, to explain to the families that they can always organize themselves to divide these things. So by the time they go to court, they have agreed. If that one fails, we encourage everybody to just approach the courts.
Kurwa kwa umodu chop, wawe weche mag succession, manyiso